And if you like the video or any other content on the channel, feel free to subscribe. We're getting closer and closer to 500, so subscribe if you like the content. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by.
A Land Raider here with Blade, and then I have Ajax and 6 Blade Guard with a Lieutenant in there. I have 5 Infiltrators, 10 Infernus Marines with Vulcan, a Land Raider Redeemer, and there's 6 Aggressors with a Gravis Captain in there, a Redemptor Dreadnought, and I have 6 Eradicators in reserve. I do believe that's 2,000 points. If not, I'll throw a list up before we start here.
So a few units here for the maybe loyal, maybe not guard. We've got a Leontis here with 10 Kriegsmen, right beside a Rogaldorn battle tank with a Tech Priest Engine Seer. We've got a Lehman Russ Punisher with 3 Heavy Flamers on it. It's a bit of a maybe deterrent, but I think I'm outflamed in this matchup. We've got a 20 block of Cadians with a Cadian Command Squad and the Psyker. If you've seen the other game, it's a fun combo. We've got a Earthshaker battery beside a tank commander. I put a Vanquisher cannon on this one. Just I want to see how it does. 3 Medusa batteries, so that's the Manticore equivalent. A Lone Scout Sentinel. Another 20 blob of Cadians with another command squad and a Psyker. And then tucked over here, we've got some happy little Bulgrin.
Alright, so this is our deployment. I put my Salamanders back here, my Land Raiders kind of over here, just in cover as well as ready to push up towards the middle some. I have my Infiltrators stuck back here to protect my home objective. And I have Vulcan and the Infernus Marines ready to run up and grab this objective. And most of my other stuff is just kind of sitting in cover. And then we have Laura here. Laura has most of her stuff on the line as well. Kind of same concept as me. Has her infantry on the line stuff with her big guns in the back. Except I don't have all this firepower to bomb me with indirect. So I'm looking forward to that. I haven't bought a lot of indirect before, so it's going to be fun. We always have a lot of fun together. I think it's going to be a good time. Turn roll. Oh,
2.
My dice manipulated your dice with a 4.
Ooh, I know.
Salamanders go first, so I'll do the scout moves because I do have these scouts in the middle here. And then Laura will scout her Sentinel. I do believe she has that.
I have 3 redeployments too.
Well, 3 redeployments. Ew. All right, we'll do all that, and we'll come back and show you how it looks after redeployments and the scouts. Okay, so my scout move was pretty simple. I just moved back here just in case I want to plant an objective over here. Looks like Laura scouted the Sentinel over here a little bit and redeployed to the Leontis just to get close to some of his buffs. Is everything you moved?
And the Bulgrin are on the objective.
Oh yeah,
now.
so the Bulgrin are over on this objective now. Stinky. Okay, so we're going to go on to Salamander's turn 1. For Salamander's turn 1 draw, we have Tempting Target. Okay, and Behind Enemy Lines. Can you get this turn 1? Because that seems awfully...
You can get behind enemy lines and Tempting Target.
You can Tempting Target, though. You have to pick one in no man's land, like the one
that exists.
The one that exists. So that's kind of lucky for me. Behind Enemy Lines isn't happening, but Tempting Target should be pretty easy. So we're going to go on to movement phase for the Salamanders. Alright, so a quick turn for the Salamanders. I just pushed everything up with advancing. I advanced the Land Raiders up. I put Vulcan on this objective. That is the objective Vulcan is going to pick for his special one, so he gets plus 10 OC and the 4 penal pain. I advanced these scouts over here and made an objective 9 inches away from this one over here. And I just kept the Redemptor back here and my Infiltrators back here. So that's my turn. I'm not going to shoot anything, can't see anything to shoot, but I will get Tempting Target for 5 points, and I will toss Behind Enemy Lines. So it's 5-0 going into the Guard turn 1. What is your draw, Laura?
Storm hostile objective.
Oh, I don't think you get that turn 1.
Is that the... Yeah, you're right, you can't.
Like, you can get Behind Enemy Lines and capture, though.
Extend battle lines and no prisoners.
Ooh, those are not bad ones.
Actually, extend battle lines is...
pretty easy. You just make an objective and then you're done. I am up to 3 CP, and Lord, your guy gives you 2, doesn't he?
He does. I'm up to 3 as well.
Laura's up to 3. Ooh, and up. So we're going to go on to the movement phase. Score is 5-0, but it's not going to stay that way. Okay, so Laura's movement phase, turn 1. Just move these guard up over here as well. Move the Sentinel, get some shots onto my Furnace Marines. Brought this tank out to shoot my Land Raiders, and just kind of brought everything else, the rest of her firepower up to get some shots. And then I have these beautiful things to pound my troops into oblivion. So we're going to do the shooting phase, and Laura doesn't have much of a combat phase. So we'll do the shooting phase. We'll let you know how that goes. Laura's shooting phase went quite well. All this indirect fire blew up all my port Furnace Marines, and now that they're all dead, I can tell Laura what I was planning on doing. I was planning on running them out and shooting these guys because they can battle shock test and hope that they would get battle shocked and she wouldn't be able to res them, but that doesn't happen no more. So that's that for the shooting. The shooting did shoot into my Land Raider. No damage taken, but she did pulverize my poor scouts. So I do lose that objective, and she did make an objective in no man's land. So that is the turn. I do believe she gets 4 points for no prisoners and 5 points for extended battle lines. So the score is 9-5 going into turn 2. Salamander's turn 2 draw. We have capture enemy outpost. Ooh. And storm hostile objective. Points, because I do get this objective and this back one. The points are 15-9 going on to my movement phase. Salamander's turn 2. I just kind of advanced everything up the board again. I brought these Land Raider on this objective. I brought the Redeemer up. I didn't advance the Redeemer so I could drop these fellows out and they could still move if I needed them. But I just kind of dropped them behind this wall. Advanced the Redeemer, the Redemptor up. Not really sure what I'm going to do with him. And then the Eradicator friends came down to say hello to the Rogaldorn. That was my movement. Quick and easy. We're going to go into the shooting and we'll let you know how that goes. Alright, so for my turn, I did flame up these guards some. I was hoping to kill them all, but I only managed to kill 13 of them. I did do, I think, 12 wounds in total to this Rogaldorn with the Land Raider and the Eradicator. And I was going to do the charge move into here and slather these and get back in my transport, but then I realized you cannot do it if they get out of the transport. So we just kind of put those back. That's the end of my turn. I do get Storm Hostile objective. The score is up to 20-9. For the Salamanders going into turn 2. Oh, I also Oath of Moment. So Oath of Moment turn 2 was this thing. Oath of Moment didn't have anything for turn 1.
Assassination.
Ooh.
And Storm Hostile objective.
Ooh. Assassination of Storm. And you get 5 points for this objective back here.
Yep.
And you're up to 14-20 going into turn 2 for the guard. Laura's shooting phase, she obliterated my Eradicators with the Rogaldorn. She did fire a little bit into the aggressors. She didn't do any damage. And then she tried to pound everything with all the Earthshakers and all the indirect fire into Vulcan. But with the 4-up save and the 4-up invul, and the 4-up Venal Pain because being on objective, he got tanked it all luckily. Nothing else really took too much damage. And then Laura also created an objective over here. She's going to keep Assassination and toss a Storm Hostile objective. And the score is still 20-14, I do believe. I'll throw it up. And we're going to go on to my turn 3. Turn 3, I go up to 3 of the delicious CP. And then I will draw Extend Battle Lines. We pretty much already have that, unless Laura bombs up my fellas before... No, that's end of the turn. Never mind, that's a Defense Stronghold. No prisoners. And... Extend and Battle Lines. Not bad cards. I do score, I do leave 15 on the primary, bringing me up to 35 points to Laura's 14. For my movement phase, I just did some mad pressure, moved everything off the board here, jumped out my Blade Guard, but still kept all my Land Raiders close to the objectives, and I moved my Redemptor up here. I was trying to thin these guys out a little bit, try to get some more kind of denies, not happening. So, and also I moved out here with my aggressors. Laura did overwatch me with the tank, hoping to take some of my guys out. She did manage 1 wound, but we're going to go on to the shooting now and see what happens. Okay, so the end of the Salamanders turn 3, I did end up shooting most of these guards up here. I did have to charge them because my shooting didn't do all that well. Shot into this Rogaldorn, didn't do anything to it, just bounced off that. So I made my charges. Somehow this Redemptor didn't kill the Sentinel. And then my bunch of Blade Guard didn't kill the 3 Bulgrins. So the Bulgrin's still alive, but I have stolen all the objectives except for one, and have started to push Laura into her zone. She did spend 2 CP to bring back her guard, so I do believe I'll have some friends in my backfield here soon. So we're going to go on to turn 3 for the guard, see what happens. The score is 45 to 24, and on to the turn 3 for the guard.
Engage on all fronts.
Engage in all the fronts.
Actually, that's very doable.
Yeah, if you bring some of your...
Yeah, we're going to bring my lads back.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw
assassination. Yeah. So Laura's assassination and engage. She does get 5 points for this objective. All right here. So for Laura's turn 3 for her movement, she dropped down her sentinel. She actually moved her sentinel. I overwatched it, killed it, and then she spent 2 CP to bring it back to get CP for VP. She brought that guard squad that she read last turn to put back over here. So she does have engaged in front at 3. She's probably going to try to put some hurt into my tactical marines. Moved all her tanks here to try to get me off some of these objectives. And I do believe Lord Soliantis has moved towards objective for cover. Or just to cover that objective so I don't just take it. So we're going to go into the shooting phase, see what happens with the guard into my salamanders. Okay, so Laura did manage to plink down some of my units. She did manage to kill all of my Blade Guard. Charged into Ajax, hoping to kill him to get assassination. He is down to 2 wounds. And then she also charged her Punisher into the aggressors here. So the shooting, and she dropped her guys over here. So that's pretty much all the shooting done. I did take 8 wounds on my Redemptor from the big cannon from one of these tanks. Laura does get 3 points for engage. Turn 4 draw for the Salamanders, we have Cleanse. We'll be cleansing some stuff. And Defend Stronghold. Okay, well that
one's going to be hard, actually.
Defend might be a little harder, but I should be able to get some Cleanse. So I do get 15 on the primary, going into turn 4 for the Salamanders. Quick turn 4 for the Salamanders. I did do my shooting in the melee all in one phase. I didn't even move really anything except the Redemptor. Moved up, shot, and charged, and destroyed this tank. Did 2 cleanses here, so now we're going to go on to guard turn 4. Cleanse.
And tempting target.
Tempting target.
What would you like to tempt me with?
Which one do I want to tempt you with? Let's see here. Oh, let's say this bad boy here. The one in the middle.
Okay.
With the Redemptors, with the Redeemers on.
Okay.
And you do get 5 points for that one. Alright, so we kind of quickly went through the last few turns just to kind of figure out the points here, just because I do believe I got Aerial Denial and Overwhelming Force. Laura stopped my Defense Stronghold, and then she got Overwhelming Force and Capture any outpost. So, well, I was quite far ahead of the points, but Laura crawled right back into it. She got herself up to 65. Final points are 95 to 65. I think Vulcan really taking a lot of them in direct fire and not dying kind of helped me, because if she was able to bomb him to death and just keep on bombing this stuff, causing me to turn around, I think that really, really helped. But she was saying too also that Salamander was kind of a hard counter to guard, so it was a good game. It was fun. It was good to see 2 different armies that we really don't play a lot on here. Like I always say, thanks for watching, thanks for stopping by, and thanks Laura for coming on.